generative AI is an apocalyptic level threat to humanity. That may sound hyperbolic. I don't care. I genuinely do not think it is possible to overstate the ways that generative AI is already completely unraveling our entire concept of humanity, of what it means to be alive, of what it means to be a person, to communicate with another person, to have a relationship with anyone, to do anything in this world. And I get it that nihilism is like popular right now. Nothing feels like it means anything. Nothing feels real. But this article came out today in New York Magazine called Everyone is Cheating Their Way Through College. And it's essentially about how the entire concept of learning has been erased in the world of academia in 2 years. 2 years because of the launch of ChatGPT. And I honestly recommend that everyone go read this full article if you are able to. It's in New York Magazine. The writer is a journalist named James D. Walsh. It is incredibly well written, well researched, very thorough, and incredibly depressing. I'm not gonna lie, this is not really the video that I was intending to make. I was intending to make something slightly different, but reading this article took a lot out of me. It felt like reading the most recent environmental report. Things are very bad. I think there are a myriad of ways that AI is terrible for our society. I mean, it's bad enough that we have like a president and an administration right now that is casually using something that is so bad for the environment that was built off of stealing from artists, but also that is used to just delegitimize like the idea of something being real. And that is a tenet, that's a core tenet of fascism, right? Is that Donald Trump has been doing this for years now. Conservatives have been doing this for years, where they say you can't trust the mainstream media, you can only trust me. Do you not think that generative AI is part of that? Do you not think that the very concept that anything can be real, you can wish anything into existence, is about delegitimizing the very concept of truth? The thing about this article is it really did reframe the way that I think about the dangers of AI specifically, because I feel like very intentionally the conversation around AI for the past 2 years that it's existed has been around the arts and around the industry of the arts, because very smartly, the creators of this technology, that was their first target, was targeting the industry of the arts, replacing real people in these industries. And they did that because they can, because they know that people do not give a shit about artists. They know that people who don't work in the arts are resentful of people who do work in the arts, because they have a sense of purpose and fulfillment in their lives and they don't hate their job. So even though they're incredibly underpaid, overworked, underappreciated, and jobs in the arts have historically been just like really hard to make a living in because they're so undervalued, that's the perfect place to start replacing people with fucking robots. And so myself and I think a lot of people have taken a very like pro-labor approach to like the conversation around AI. Like these are real human beings that are having their work taken away from them. Like from a workers' rights, perspective, like that's bad. But this article really reframed a lot of the ways that I think about this, because it's not just that creative jobs are going to be taken away. There's not going to be a need for creative jobs, because no one is going to be functionally capable of understanding like media. There's like literacy is essentially going to become a thing of the past. Not only are people not going to be able to read at an academic level, like at a higher level, they're not going to be able to understand people who can. And I think that something that people are really missing is that that's key. That's incredibly key. It's not just that these creative jobs are going away. That's very bad. But our entire society, culture as we know it, is going to become like a shadow, a reflection of a reflection of a refraction of whatever of itself. It's going to be an approximation of a bunch of examples fed into a fucking generative AI, and whatever comes spit back out of it. And no one is going to be intelligent enough to challenge that or think about it at all. And this is the way that our culture has been moving for a while now. People are super resentful of the idea of someone having expertise or like an expert opinion. The idea that all opinions should be weighed equally is fucking stupid, okay? A doctor's opinion objectively should matter more than someone who's never opened a biology textbook when it comes to like your health, for example. And that goes for the arts too. I feel like, again, like it's been very clear that they started this process with ChatGPT, with Gen AI, specifically targeting the arts because so many people do not respect like the arts as a genuine field of study. Even now, people are like, oh, who cares if you've studied film history, if you've read all these books, like your opinion doesn't matter more than mine. It does. Like, having historical, educational, academic context matters and is important in all fields. And like, again, this is something that we've been seeing happening in mainstream media for ages now. Shareholder meetings for like Warner Brothers and Netflix, where they're talking about how they want to emphasize lean back content or like passive entertainment because people are not paying attention to the media they watch now. They don't have the attention span to do so. Everybody is looking at 4 different screens at once. No one is actually talking to each other. No one is actually absorbing the media. They just need a very quick, disposable entertainment that they're going to forget 5 minutes later. You have to keep reminding them what the characters' names are and what the plot is because they're not fucking listening. And like, even in this conversation, I'm talking about this from the context of like media and arts analysis because that's what I do, but it has such wide-ranging implications past this. Like, first of all, this industry is coming for everything. And if you think these motherfuckers are going to give us a universal basic income when all the jobs are gone, I like have a plot of land in the middle of the ocean I'd like to sell you. And again, this is not just about like jobs, okay? This just happened this week also. A family used generative AI to make a video of their family member forgiving his killer in court. Okay? They were like, we believe that he would have forgiven this man. He didn't. He's dead. He was killed in cold blood in the middle of the street. But they did this. And the judge even was like, wow, I was so moved. I could really feel the forgiveness from this pretend imaginary thing. People are developing relationships with chatbots in a world where we already like ignore each other at all costs. And there's this whole ideology of how you don't owe anybody anything. And, you know, God forbid we do anything outside of our own little homes and not look at our screens every hour of every day. And again, I sound so angry. Like I participate in this culture too. Like, I'm not trying to sound accusatory, and I have sympathy for people, especially kids, who are getting sucked into this. Like, I struggled a lot with executive function. I know that doing things is hard. Okay. I got zeros in school all the time because I was a good student, but I couldn't make myself do the work because sitting down and doing it is hard. Doing things is hard. The amount of times in my life I have not done something and then suffered like real consequences of not doing that later is a lot, okay? So I understand the temptation to just be like, well, this makes it easier. But why the fuck would you want to delegate your job of existing to a machine? That's what you're doing. Like, it's not a tool. It's not like, you know, a quick workaround. It's exporting your existence. That's what it is. If you were assigned the job to run a race and you hopped on a motorcycle, you're not using a tool, you're cheating. You're not doing the thing you're supposed to do. And in this example, the thing you're supposed to do is live your fucking life. Like, I get it that it's annoying to write emails. I get it that like writing a meal plan for yourself is like hard and you have to do some research, but you are literally cutting out the middleman being your fucking brain, your ability to think for yourself. Like, I just genuinely, I don't know, man. Like, I think we're fucking cooked. I don't know how to get people to give a shit about their life. Like, I don't know. This was not really the video that I was intending to make. But reading that article, it's just, things are really fucking bad. And I don't know. Like, I guess I have to start thinking about it, like, from the way that I hear environmental scientists talk about the environment. Like, things are going to get really bad. Like, people are going to start dying. Like, things are going to get really, really dark. But, like, humanity will probably prevail in the end. Like, maybe in 100 years, you know, we'll have created our own code of conduct like they did in the fucking Dune universe where they had to ban computers because people couldn't be trusted with them. So I don't know. Maybe that's how we work it out in the end. But right now, it's fucking like humiliating to look around and just see how many people don't give a single fuck about signing away their humanity. For what? For an AI generated picture of you as a Studio Ghibli character? Like, this is how we're like wooing our potential mates now? People used to write fucking sonnets for each other. It's honestly just insane to me because we're selling our fucking souls for convenience. It's not even a good deal.